think it's time for a new commercial.
So we built this course with our own hands on our own land.
The summer clearance event is heating up at Central G.
I was raised on television. You know, I loved Gilligan's Island, Brady Bunch. I was obsessed with all things television.
When this little red light goes on, we're on the air and we'll be in everybody's living room.
I remember when Carlton Fisk hit the game-winning home run in the 1975 World Series, and they had that great shot of him, you know, waving it, you know, fair. I'm like, I want to be part of this. That's where I kind of got the bug. And I had always, you know, had aspirations of going to LA. And I hooked up with this company called RSVP Productions, right on the corner of Hollywood Boulevard, right in front of the Hollywood sign. So I was like, this is it. I am in Hollywood working at this company. One day, Milton Berle shows up. You know, I was a fan, Mad, 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 Mad World and Texaco Star Theater. I mean, and that was in the 50s, but I still knew of it.
Milton Berle! The Greeks had a word for this. And if you don't know the word, ask President Truman. It is really, thank you, Democrats.
He was in there with all of his old tapes, and we had to go through them all. And I remember he would come in and go, "There's some funny shit, kid, funny shit." He was a brash character, but he was everything you'd expect if you know who Milton Berle is. I remember looking at tapes with him and Elvis and Phil Silvers and Sid Caesar and Lucille Ball and all these. I'm like, this is great. I mean, these are like the original tapes. You know, I think it was shot on Cinescope. And I had to go through and sort of cull out the best scenes. So that was my run-in with Milton Berle, and then I ended up leaving LA. And I came back and just sort of continued my career. So I ended up hooking up at a TV station called Channel 58, WCVX. It was based in Hyannis.
TV 58.
So I did my share of lobster commercials, car dealer commercials. You know, I'd get to write them and shoot them and edit them, and we used to call it producing video by the pound. You know, we'd probably do 5, 6, 7 spots a week, especially in the summer. And then off season, we would sort of make our own stuff, our own movies, our own commercials. And again, so we were still trying to fulfill our filmmaker bug.
Wolf, what have you for us at this moment?
This war may be beginning right now, and that the president may be going on television later this evening to explain what exactly is going on.
Iraq War '91 put CNN on the map, and that's when everyone was glued to cable. And I had a client such as Tootie's Fine Jewelry in Quincy. They basically were on every break during the Iraq War, and they were getting unbelievable exposure. And of course, Kennedy Carpet.
She said she was staying down the Cape?
You know, they're probably one of the biggest advertisers, you know, not only on cable, but on broadcast as well, and certainly, you know, in Metro Boston.
I know what she's up to. I've got to go. Bye.
You know, he was always open to doing things, you know, and he really liked to use his mom, you know, Mrs. Kennedy. I've probably produced over 75, 80 commercials, but that's probably one of the better local ads or campaigns that's sustained and, you know, really worked for long periods of time. I mean, you know, we just did one for the Kennedy a couple weeks ago, and they're running now. The key to television advertising, whether it's local or national, is consistency.
Hi, I'm Will Jr., and this is my father, Will Sr., back here at Southers Marsh Golf Club.
They unveil their commercials on Super Bowl Sunday, the most watched television day of the year. And of course, they're not on CBS or Fox or NBC, but they're running on all the ESPN pregame shows. They turn it into an event, so it's very clever marketing.
Nice shot.
I think right now those are my favorite ads. So there's a case where they're not doing the same old, same old. It gets people's interest. I'm just happy to make a living. I really am. You know, I'm able to raise my kids, and, you know, I'm 51 and still independent. So to me, those are the most valuable things.